This morning. A little bit of a change up with Bible hour this morning. You're not going to have to listen to Mike and I, the two Mikes. Well, actually, Mike and not Mike. That's another story I'll tell you later. But this morning, Henry is going to be talking with us. Henry is the foreign exchange student that's staying with Grant and Brittany. So with that, I'm not going to try to explain anymore. Ask Henry to come up here, Henry Amande, and he will share where he's from, what he's doing here, and there'll be you ask him all sorts of questions, because he'll be able to tell you all about himself and what's going on. Come on up, Henry.
I have a few of microphones, so I'm gonna get used to it as we go along. So my name is Henry Omondi Nabutola. I'm from Kenya. I'm an exchange student. I'm staying with Hicks, a really great family. And I thank God that I got the opportunity to be in the States and to also stay with an amazing family and an amazing community. So today we're going to be talking about my community or my country, but I'll focus more on my community because Kenya is a diverse nation, I can say. We're not all the same. Kenya, the same as the States, is divided, as the United States, it's divided into states also, but we call them counties. So each state in the USA is headed by a governor. Each county in Kenya is headed by a governor. And another thing that also divides Kenya is it has a lot of different cultures. It has 3 main cultures, which are further divided into other 15 cultures. So if we were to talk about the whole of it, it would take almost the whole day. So right as we get on, that is our country's flag, the Kenyan flag. The black represents the color of our skin. Red is the symbol of the fight during independence, when we got independence in 1964. Green represents wildlife and the vegetation. And then the white is a symbol of peace. White's is a universal symbol of peace, though. So as we go on to learn more about Kenya, I would really like to hear your questions. I love questions a lot, especially, yeah. We gained independence from Britain. Britain. We say Britain, you say Britain. Britain. As we go on, please launch all of your questions. Please. Okay, I'll go. Christianity. Well, as I said, Kenya is divided. So we have the map. We have Christianity, Muslims, and a bit of Hindu. Only a bit of Hindu. So the green area, the Rift Valley, that's where mostly Christianity is. And then we have other the western area, and then Nyanza. Most of what's there, it's Catholics, the Catholics. Mostly Catholics are there. And then the coast, the northeastern and the eastern, that's mostly Muslims. Because, that's where, back then, the Arab traders, they used Indian Ocean to come in, and they passed through the coast, northeastern and the eastern. So, I come from the Nyanza region, the small one near the lake at the first side, the Nyanza region. I'm from a community called the Luo. People say the Luo, but it's supposed to be the Luo. The Luo, but you say that. You know. So I come from Nyanza's region, and then my mom comes from the western region, and my dad is is also from Nyanza. Yeah. The best thing is, well, my family has almost all of the communities in Kenya. The whole of my extended family has almost everyone comes from each community that is in Kenya. Okay, next slide. Okay, so you can see it's the Luo, but it's supposed to be the Luo. The Luo. Dholuo. The Luo, but people mostly often mispronounce it as the Luo. It's the Luo. So the Luo, the Luo is a very vibrant community in Kenya. Well, it's a very vibrant community. We love having fun a lot. You never get a boring day in Luo culture because almost every day there's someone celebrating a certain culture somewhere. So I come from a county called Kisumu. It's a lakeside. It's near the lake, Lake Victoria. If you've heard of the Nile, Lake Victoria is the source of the Nile. So as you can see from the first picture, we are very lively. We want to have fun community. There's always something happening somewhere. Okay. Next slide. Okay, so politically, Kenya is divided into counties. Each county is headed by a governor. And then inside the counties, there are other sub-counties. Other sub-counties are headed by the chiefs and all. And under the sub-counties, we have sub-locations. Under the sub-locations, we have communities. As for example, I'm from the Luo community. So each sub-location is headed by a chief. As you can see from that, that's a picture of the elderly chief. But, well, there are other modern, since modern things are coming on, we are changing from that. They don't have to wear the traditional thing, which is very sad, since I love tradition a lot. So we have the picture from the old chiefs that were heading, right there. Some things that the chief would always be given when he was brought into power, a stool, a special stool that he was only him he was supposed to sit on, and then a fly whisk, I think. Yeah. Well, it's not for flies. It's just it's called a fly whisk, but it's not for flies though. It's made from the tail of a cow. There's always the other hairy, the furry part. So it's made from the tail of a cow. Another thing he would have was a spear and a shield to represent that he's very strong. His political figures are very strong. So, yes. Yeah, they are elected by the community. Because, well, the communities, again, are subdivided. So we would find, for example, let's say, for example, in Prayer City. So Prayer City would be divided into other parts. So we'd have Prayer City A and Prayer City B. So each Prayer City A and B would have a chief inside. Depends on how the people like them. If we don't like you, we just throw you away. That's another thing about them. If we don't like the way you treat us or rule us, we just start protesting against you, and we respectfully tell you to get out. Respectful. Yeah, you just go back to your normal life, but the respect is still there. But the respect also depends on how you treated us. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, we may go on. This is a look through how a Luo homestead, the homestead is supposed to look like. Because, well, polygamy, back in the days before Christianity, polygamy was a really big thing. So we have the house for the first wife, second wife, and the third wife. So each house will be positioned differently. And then we also have how the first son should set his house in the homestead, how the second son as we go on. So mostly the first two sons, they would set their houses at the gate. Like, for example, like this, so right here and there. Because they were considered like they are the ones who are supposed to protect the family. So the first and the second son were considered the ones who were supposed to protect the family. If the first son was a daughter, the daughter is not supposed to set a house because she's going to be married off. So she goes outside of the homestead. So the ones who follow set their houses by the gate. And then the last born usually stays behind the house. He either stays behind the house or stays in the father's house. That's the traditional house of like the father, because the father also had a different house from the wives. So that's how it traditionally looks, but there are also modern houses though. That's just a traditional one. We also have the same houses as you. Yes. Yes, we have air conditioning, we have washing machines, everything. I'm just going through the traditional because I love traditional more than modern a bit. I would lean to the traditional side more than modern side. Yeah, next slide. Rites and passages, some things we did in the past before Christianity or before modern things came. I chose some of the painful things. Painful, weird, and somehow like reasonable. Yeah, there's some weird. Most painful is the removal of the 6 lower teeth. These ones, the front, these ones. Yeah, this. We would, at a certain age, a boy was supposed to transit into manhood. So we would hold a festival for you, celebrate you all together, and then a passage is held, and then the front lower 6 teeth are removed. We also had good reason for that. One, as I said, it transits you into manhood, shows your strength. Since during that you aren't supposed to flinch, you're just supposed to stay still. Yeah. Right now, there, around 15 to 18. Without anesthetic, without anything, you were supposed to. Well, there was a special herb you were given, a plant. You would chew it before they actually remove that. It softened the gums, so like the teeth would come out easily. But during that, you weren't supposed to flinch. You were just supposed to stay still. Yeah, as a rock. No, you were not tied down. It was like this because you held something in your hands. I kind of like a feather or something. You held it like that, and they removed your teeth. Yes.
When's the last time they did that?
After independence, exactly after independence. Yeah, 1965. They stopped doing that because Christianity started spreading a lot. So the second reason for doing that, we believed when you get old, your jaws get weak. So you can't chew food, you can't do all those. So what we do, we mash up the food, the same as mashed potatoes, then slip it through the gap. So it made feeding the old much easier than actually you chewing the food. No. Yeah. So if you go to the Luo community right now, you would find a few elderly without the front teeth. So they believe that it would make feeding a lot much easier if we remove them. We also did male circumcision, carrying off the foreskin. Before Christianity came, before anesthetics, before all the drugs, we used a special knife to cut your foreskin. So a group of teenagers were elected, around 15 to 18 years old. A group of around like 40 teenagers. And then we'll say you were getting circumcised next year. We start preparing a special knife for you. So we start sharpening exactly the moment the 40 are named. So the moment all the names are out, we start sharpening the knife. The knife is sharpened all the year round, just waiting for you, because you are assigned a specific knife. So yeah, your name will be called, You come out with your hands, a knife is placed there, and then your name is carved into the knife. Then you put the knife in special sanitated water. We sanitated everything with herbs, since we didn't have medicine. So after your name is carved, that knife is sharpened all year round, just waiting for you the exact day you were to. And then when the day arrives, we take you to the river, smear mud all over you. You stay overnight at the river, because, well, since it's cold, it kind of numbs your skin. And then very early in the morning, we again start celebrating you with drums, everything. We bring you all kinds of food, and then, well, the specialist comes and... And also during that, you aren't supposed to flinch. Yeah, like this. Because, well, it was quick. The best thing is that it was quick. And then you go.
And it was after the teeth pulling.
Yeah, it was after the teeth pulling. So you're suffering twice around the same age gap. Yeah. The weird one, before Christianity, flogging of suicidal victims. We believe that for you to commit suicide, you may be possessed by a spirit, by an evil spirit. So before anyone touched you, we would flog you real quick and then go on with, well, your burial, and yeah. And then you are also buried at night, because they believe, why would you want to kill yourself? So no one is allowed to touch you after you've killed yourself. We flog you real quick, and then we start preparing. We now start getting sad about you. Yeah. And then there's no crying in your funeral. No one is allowed to cry in your funeral if you commit suicide. Yeah. So this really, it stopped suicidal things, really. I don't know. Yeah, suicide didn't happen a lot. You are not an adult until you're circumcised. So until you go through those things, you're considered not an adult. Even if you're 50 years old, we don't give you the respect you deserve. Just like that. As I said, polygamy, the marrying of many wives, that was a thing before Christianity. This was there because they measured children, like the amount of children you have, that was the measure of your wealth. So we measure you by how many children you have. So this led to like people marrying a lot of many wives and that, because everyone wants wealth yeah. So the record highest wealth that has ever been gained is 26 children with 4 wives. So he had 14 girls, 14 girls, and the rest were all boys. Yes? How did the women get along? Some got along well, others did not. Others killed each other. But most of them, they got along very well, since in the will, every wife, like everything was divided equally to every wife. So there was not much reason for fighting, unless, well, they had their own other issues, yeah. And then every night, a different wife would serve the father. So maybe tonight is her, the next night is her, and then it goes on like that. So we rotate. Yeah. Sounds very weird to me, you know. Another thing, wife inheritance. For example, if my brother has a wife and his wife dies, I can legally take his wife if I want to. Yeah, if the brother dies. So if my brother dies, I can take his wife.
One of them or all?
If I want all of them, I can take all of them. If I only want one, I can take one.
What happens to them if nobody takes them?
If nobody take them,
Marry again?
if they want to get married again, they can. But since like the father divided the wealth equally, it gets like
So
they will take care of themselves. So these ones happened back in the past because male circumcision has been modernized with the use of aesthetics and like the correct way of doing it. Removal of the 6 lower teeth, it's not there nowadays because people started getting a lot of mouth diseases because everyone was touching your teeth and stuff, get a lot of mouth diseases. Flogging of suicidal victims, it's there, but very minimal because we have the police right now. So before we actually start doing anything, the police have already arrived there. Yeah. So it has gone down, It's just like one in a million of cases. Polygamy, not there. Christianity has really influenced that. Wife inheritance too. The law, the widow, maybe, and Christianity also influences that. We still measure children as a measure of wealth, though. In some parts of the Luo community, we like the girls are the more. They have more value, not more expensive. They have more value because during dowry payment, we're going to see the boy's family or the man's family, the groom, is supposed to take something to their bride's family as a thanks. Yeah. Next slide. Entertainment. The Luo is a very active, vibrant community. So anytime we go there, expect that you wouldn't be able to sleep for the first maybe 1 month because they are welcoming you into their community. So they're going to celebrate you almost every day of the month, and you will be having parties and stuff almost the whole month. Yeah. So for example, me, when I go back, I have a party waiting for me. Yeah. With all you can eat, because well, since it's a big community, everyone has like a day he's bringing gifts. So you get like food from almost 50 people just to welcome you back.
Traditional food?
Traditional food. We don't have burgers though. It's very hard to get burgers in Luo community. Burgers, pizza, and all those, it's really hard. We're going to see later the kind of foods we eat. Music and dance. We love music. Most of the artists in Kenya are Luos. Wrestling, we did wrestling as a sport or maybe for fun, especially the boys. The boys did it for fun in the evening. After we are done herding all the cattle and stuff, we would meet by a small river, and you take off your shirt, you just remain with your short. And then, so the end line is the aim of the wrestle is to push your opponent into the river. Yeah, so try your best not to get pushed into the river. Yeah. Bullfighting, we love bullfights. Bring the bulls together, we fight, we watch them fight. Something that's still there, and it's fun to watch though, although it's very dangerous. We live by the lake, so we love hunting and fishing. Although we don't hunt with guns though, just spears, stones. Yeah, we still hunt with spears. Yeah, and we chase them down. Yeah.
Barefoot?
Barefoot. Yeah.
So Henry, what do you hunt?
Antelopes. In the Luo community, the things that are most there: hippos, antelopes. There's a bit of a hyenas though. Yeah, we kill a hippo with a spear, no guns.
Many spears?
Well, no guns because in Kenya you're not allowed to have a gun if you're a resident. You would have to go through a lot of things to get a gun. Not the same as here, because well, the first thing they would ask, why do you have a gun? Is there anyone threatening you? No. Then why do you have a gun? Then all you know, you're in jail, awaiting to, because of a small thing. No. So most of the weapons they have are still traditional: spears, arrows, bows and arrows. So we hunt antelopes. Chase them down, maybe you have a trap, something like that. I think that's all. I've had hippo meat before. Has anyone ever eaten a hippo? It's really good. It's really good. Yeah, it's really good, I can tell you. It's really good.
It is good?
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah.
Yes. So the second part of that question, do you have a lot of grassland, timber, desert? What is?
The Luo region has a lot of, I can say it's divided. So we have arid areas, we have timber, we have grassland in just that small area. Kind of like here.
Seasonal? Like the seasons are?
Seasons, since we are near the lake really influences our seasons. We only have summer and winter. Yeah. And mostly it's summer because the sun is always up here. So we see the sun almost throughout the whole year.
What is winter like?
A lot of rain. Yeah, that's winter. No snow. We don't have snow. Yeah, a lot of rain. Yeah, next slide. So some of the traditional artifacts we have. those are horns. Something about the Luo community, or maybe the Luo and the Western community, is we love horns. Horns. Bull horns, elephant horns, all those stuff. So there's a picture of a guy blowing an elephant horn. So we kill or maybe after we found the horn, we don't kill them though. We just take the horn off. Don't kill them. No killing of animals. Just the horn. The tusks and the horns. Just take them out and dig him and use it as a musical instrument. Yeah. That's a traditional guitar right in the middle. That's a traditional guitar. Has a fine tune, and it's really easy to preserve more than modern things. As we said, we love more traditional than modern. So even most of our music videos, if you get, maybe I don't have a video of it, but they use the traditional instruments more than modern instruments.
What are the strings made of?
What were they made? What is it called again? Sisal plant? You know, sisal? Okay, I don't know how to explain, but it's a kind of plant. So the leaves are really strong. So we remove like strings from there, and then mix the strings with animal skin, and then you get something like a strong wire or something. Then produce music with it. It has a really fine tune to it. Those who are famous with the game Mancala. Yeah. So we played mostly on the ground during the evenings after all the work. This one is a picture from 2006, I think. I wasn't born then, but my father took this picture. This is a group of it's an age group. It's called an age group. It's one group, like after you were circumcised, you were put into groups based on maybe how you reacted during your circumcision, or maybe you were born around the same time, the same day, or maybe like that. So we will put you into age groups of 5 to 8. We'll call you an age group. Sometimes the age group also has the same name. For example, my age group, all of them have the same name. We are all Omondi. We all call the same as Omondi. So this age group, you would do a lot of things together. Like almost everything you did together, except the personal taking care of yourself, all those. But whether it was hunting, fishing, games, you all did those things together. Yeah. Those groups are still there up to now. Right now, my group right now, we call it the Big Five. Yeah. We kind of like put a little bit of modern things into it. A touch of modernity into it. So after you guys did like all the games, maybe you were going fishing and you did a really great job catching fish. There's a special brew that was made. It's fermented milk. We call it milk that has slept. Well, because in Swahili it's called maziwa lala, and maziwa in English means milk, lala in English means sleep. So milk that has slept. Yeah. So that will be made by your grandmother or one of the grandmothers, and it was really sweet. So that was something we always look forward to. Next slide. Food. So you can see that's the traditional food we eat because we don't get burgers a lot, pizza we don't. The first picture, that's a picture of ugali. It's called ugali, made from corn flour or maize flour. Mostly we don't have corn, we have maize. You guys have corn, which I don't know. I still don't understand the difference though. It's the same? Oh, okay. So it's the same. So ugali was made from flour and hot water. So you boil up your water. After it is boiled, like it's bubbling, then you pour in flour, stir until you get like a thick, mushy substance. Thick, mushy thing. It's, I don't know, kind of dough thing. It's kind of like a dough, but it's more thicker. So that's ugali. And then right here, this is maziwa lala, the fermented milk. So this was kept in the gourd for like something maybe like a week or 2 weeks max. Then you put a little bit of sugar in it, and it's really sweet. Maybe I'll make it one day if I get the chance to. But most of your milk are processed. That's the problem. Yeah. This milk you get it like for it to be this, like actually get it directly from the cow, like directly from the cow. Yeah. And then since we live near the lake, the Luo really love fish. We really love fish. You can even try this experiment because, well, my father's tried it before. You could go to a group of Luos, maybe they're sitting somewhere enjoying something, and you just go and say the word fish. And they just start looking at you like, where's the fish? we've tried that before because they really love fish. That's something they do. Like in a family of a Luo, a week wouldn't miss without you guys eating any kind of fish. Yeah, so they really love fish. Something. And I do too.
Has that been a big adjustment for you?
Yeah, it's a big adjustment because you guys have salmon. Yeah. We kind of just eat the whole fish like that without removing the scales and stuff. Well, you remove the scales and then you fry it. Yeah, we still eat the skin. We don't remove the skin. Yeah. Right in the far right corner, that's the porridge. Porridge. You guys have porridge? Soup? No, we don't. Just porridge like that. It's in a calabash. Do you know a calabash? No? Okay, so you have a pumpkin, right? You have a pumpkin. You remove all the stuff in the pumpkin, dry it out in the sun, and then again remove the other thing. You get a calabash, a kind of bowl thing. Yeah. So every family in the traditional Luo, has a calabash. Because that's what the father drinks the porridge out of. You're not supposed to present porridge to your husband or your father without the calabash. Even if it's in a cup, just bring the calabash at the side. It's kind of also shows respect.
Do they still make their own, or can you buy them at the store now?
You can buy them at the store. They're not at the store though. So the best thing is you would make them. And mostly the grandmothers make this because they make them really good, and I don't know. The grandmothers do a lot of things.
They're so awesome.
Yeah, they're so awesome. Okay, so this is an example of a meal. Everything we eat is balanced. Must have greens, meat, a bit of protein, and carbs. So ugali is a carb, and then we have a bit of vegetable. Kales is the most common. We call it sukuma wiki, not kales though. So if you go to Kenya and say, I want kales, people will start wondering what you're saying. Yeah. A bit of meat, and that's just some carrot or something added to the side. Yes?
What's your favorite meal here?
Here, burgers. I have found an interest in burgers though, I don't know why. Yeah. Although I don't like pizza though. I don't know why. I don't like pizza.
What do you put on your burger?
Ketchup? Just ketchup.
No cheese?
No
No
cheese.
bacon?
I don't like cheese.
Or no bacon?
Yeah.
That explains the pizza. Yeah, right?
Okay, next slide. Oh, yes.
Do you have desserts, kind of?
Desserts, yeah, we have ice cream, cake, yeah. And then one thing about the Luo, they don't love a lot of sugar. That's one thing. So even the cakes, they remain a lot, yes.
Did you want to show your bullfighting video?
Oh, yeah, I have a video about bullfighting, if you can access it. It's the first bullfight I went to, featuring our very own bull. So we even record these things and post them on the internet. Yeah. My bull is the brown one. The brown one. Ashu means fast, like quick. Sometimes it's a fight to the death, sometimes it's a fight to surrender. Depends on how angry they are, or maybe how, yeah, depends on how angry they are.
Are you in that crowd?
Yes, I am inside there somewhere, but hiding. Well, it's very dangerous. Sometimes it's a bit dangerous, but my brother's in that. He's in the video. Okay, so that was a bit of it. We lost the bullfight, though. How are they? Oh yeah, a drone. We also have drones. Yeah.
So did you have to butcher your?
Yeah, after they lose meat. Because well, mostly yes.
Why do you, what is the benefit of having all the humans that close?
Yeah.
Keep them together, and sometimes I don't know why.
Okay.
For fun, they love.
I feel like a fence might be more useful.
Yeah, I don't know. We love challenging ourselves.
Is there anything done to make the bull more angry? Like,
Mostly we just use the alpha thing, as you know. 2 alphas can stay in one house. You can't have 2 alphas in one house. So when the bull like,
oh, I see.
yeah. So it mostly starts when one of the bulls gives a cry or something. It's always an evening cry. The bull goes like, rah, rah. I don't know how to do it. Leave the bull, and I'm not a bull.
I had an ex-father-in-law that had a rodeo company, and he had a prod that he prod him with in the chute because the bull gets so many points and the rider gets so many points in a bull ride. I didn't know if anything like that went on. Of course, they put something around the flanks of them bulls too, that the bull riders do, that makes them extra ticked off
Oh.
too. But, oh well.
Can you shimmy for us again?
Huh? Oh. Okay, so a bit into marriage and wedding. So in the beginning, I said the groom presents a gift to the bride. So it's like that. Mostly it's the cow. You buy cow for dowry payment, or if you don't have a cow, you buy, and if you have one, most likely you just give it. You're gonna give it away. And also depends on the health of the bull, because you can't give a sick bull because, well, this is what happened when one of the wedding was happening. Someone brought in a sick cow, and they actually tested it and found that it was sick. And they said that we're not giving you a sick daughter, so you can't give us a sick cow. So if the daughter is healthy, you're also supposed to give a healthy cow. Yeah. And if the daughter is strong, you're supposed to give a strong cow. Yeah. So like us, we're getting cows next year, 24 cows. My sister's getting married. Yeah. There's a lot of cow.
Yeah, you make some burgers.
No, maybe, yeah. So like that, you present cow to the girl's family. So marriage happens in 2 stages. We're going to see. If you can go to the next slide. So marriage happens in 2 stages. We have the Aiya stage, like the groom. We just go to see the family. We just visit the bride, just like a small visit. Just going to see how their home looks like. Mostly, it's usually to see how the family members behave, because the same birds flock together. So if the family behaves well, the girl will also have great behaviors. During a year, you're not supposed to see your bride. So the bride is mostly either hid, or maybe they just go maybe somewhere for a walk until you go away. And then you come now the second time with all the gifts and everything, and then they show you the bride. They show you beautiful bride. So you come with gifts, of course, gifts, cows, everything. You leave them all there, and then you go back home. And then the next morning, your wedding starts. So weddings can be really, really big. Like we can have almost the whole community attending your wedding. So you have to prepare food. That's the main reason why you give a lot of cows, because you need to serve almost everyone there. Yeah. Yes.
Do you get to pick the bride, or do you get to see them before?
You get to see the bride during the dowry giving, the second stage. It's called Nyombo. Nyombo. That's when you get to see the bride. You can talk for you mainly talk for like 10 minutes, and then they chase you away. Like they literally chase you if you pass the 10 minutes. They chase you away.
You get to pick your own, right?
Yeah.
That's what she was
Yeah, you get to pick your own bride. You can if you found a girl maybe somewhere you were studying with her, and then So the moment you make the decision, you can go and visit their home, and then you get the blessings at the same time.
What's the typical age range for marriage?
23 is when you can. That's the minimum. That's the minimum. Yeah, you can't marry anyone below the age of 23.
And so the daughter is still living with her family
Yeah, the daughter's still living with her family
until she gets married.
Yeah. And
But you're a man at 15.
mhm.
What are you doing from 15 to 23?
That was back then. Right now, it's not
They don't do
they don't do that, because Christianity also those Christianity. Well, because although I'm gonna say this, but teenagers nowadays with all those, then also there are diseases spreading. So they say the brain matures at 23 and above. So the minimum age is 23. Yeah.
For boys and girls.
For boys and girls.
Wise.
Okay, so that's it. Next slide. Naming system, the way we give names. We just don't give you names like that. Let's say you just call Charlie, or maybe no. Because maybe if I ask, okay, let me ask this. Why are you called, I'm sorry for saying this, why are you called Grant?
Named after my grandfather.
Okay, something like that. We also do the same thing. You're also named after your grandfather. The main thing we do, your last name, it's based on the time and place of birth. So you were born at a specific place, we associate your name to that place. Based on the current ongoing events. Maybe there's something going on, there's a wedding going on, there's a political thing going on, we are harvesting, we base your name on what's happening. Special occasions, twins, child born after a funeral, or maybe you're named after a great leader. So my name is based on the first one, time, Omondi. Omondi means born in the morning. Oyo, that's the special occasion when like the twins, for example, if you have twins. So if you get twins, you're supposed to call them Oyo. Or if it's a girl, it's an A. If it's a boy, it's an O. So like that, O-A. And then maybe you were named after a great leader. We have Ramogi. You're named after a great, Ramogi was a great leader back then.
So say that name together.
What the? Oh, so on the male side, Omondi, Oyo, and Ramogi. Female, Amondi, Ayo, and Ramogi. Ramogi doesn't change. So it was a person, but so a person doesn't change.
Well, how are you, Henry?
I was named after my grandfather. My grandfather worked at railways. He worked at the railways station. And the Europeans who came there, they started calling him Henry. I don't know why. That's the question I have. Yeah?
Better than the hard name.
Yeah. Well, there's
Say
also
your whole name.
my whole name, Henry Omondi Nabutola.
And what is the Nagatola family?
Nabutola was a great chief from my mother's side. So I was named after a great leader and based on my time, based on the time I was born.
You were in the morning.
And I was born in the morning. We're going to see that, the naming system they use based on the time. And the next slide. There it is. The naming system based on time. We use the sun and the moon. Yes, Oliver? Huh? Oh, money system?
Are you gonna talk about that later?
No, I can just tell you right now. A money system, yeah, there is. $1 here, it's $130 back in Kenya. Like that. So, yeah, 100 to $1. So you guys have $1, we have $130 back there. Yep. So that's the system, the time system. So Omondi, it's right here, 5 a.m. in the morning. Funny fact in our family, we were all born on a Monday morning. All of us.
How many of you?
4 of us. We were all born on a Monday in the morning, 5 a.m. Yeah. My mom says we were really hard to, like we came at the most unexpected times because it was in the morning when she was sleeping. So we disturbed her sleep. Yeah, so that's the main thing we use. So Omondi, if you remove the O, you have Mondi. Mondi means very early in the morning. So these names are just the name of the time, and then we add O. So Mondi, that's in the morning. Then Kinyi means very like when the sun is up, you can see the sun. So they just the time, then add an O or an A. Next slide. Some cultural artifacts. Apparently, I wasn't able to bring artifacts. They scanned my bag at the airport and they said I can't come with these things. They said they were weapons. Yeah, and then I couldn't carry a drum into the plane. I thought you could bring almost anything to the plane. That was my first thing. I thought that almost anything goes into a plane. Everything, even a cow. I thought you could bring you can fit anything into a plane. So my bag had almost each and every of these things. And then, I don't know. I only managed to come home with the bracelet and a necklace, which I gave to my houseman. Yeah. So drums made from animal skin. This one is a violin. You guys have the violin, the one you play with a string. Yeah, that. So that is the traditional violin. Just plays the same way. Pots. We all know pots. We're a very rich community in pottery. I know how to make a pot from clay. So I love that. Again, we see the stool. So if you look at this stool, the markings on the top, they're kind of different from the first one. And then this one is a bit smaller. So that is the father's stool. That's the father's chair. Only the father is allowed to sit there. Yeah. And then the traditional guitar again. And then that was like a water jug, traditional water jug. Next slide. Some of the key figures in Luo history. Barack Obama is a Luo. Raila Odinga, he passed away October. He was the Kenyan Prime Minister, a really great guy. Fans of Black Panther, maybe you've watched Black Panther or the Wakanda. So the leader, that female leader, is Lupita Nyong'o. She is a Luo. And then all these are the famous people we had back then. The first guy, Luanda Magere, was a very strong person. He was immune to most of, he could handle a lot of pain altogether. Ramogi Ajuang, the greatest leader, the greatest chief the Luo community has ever had. The magician, same as Harry Houdini, all the guys who do those things. Ours is Gor Mahia. Then we have Oginga Odinga, one of the political leaders who was involved with the constitution and independence in Kenya. Next slide. So, the magician, as I said, we love horns. This one right here, that's our magician, Gor Mahia. And then this is the founder of the Luo community. The place we settle now, he was the one who led us there. When we were migrating, he said, we're going to settle here. And then he named that place the Luo. That's it. Next one. Thank you. Okay, so launch all the questions you have about Kenya, about the Luo, everything.
What, you speak English right now. If you were at home, would you?
I would not have been speaking English.
Okay, what language you speak there?
Swahili, but mostly my mother tongue, the language of the Luo. It's different from Swahili, so I would mostly be speaking the Luo language.
So how many languages do you know? Do you speak?
I know 10. I know 10 languages from Kenya, and I can speak fluently about 4.
Okay.
Yeah, 4. Yes.
Can you say something in Swahili?
Swahili. A greeting maybe in the morning, like good morning. Habari. Habari. Habari yako. You can add the yako if you want to, but mostly it's habari. Yeah.
And what about your language that you speak?
Okay. Nango. Nango. Or idinade. That's how are you? Idinade.
Do you want to tell them a little bit about the school you attend since it's quite a different?
So if you get into modern times, schools, my school is very big. For example, PCM has a total of around 200, 300 students. So that is half of my junior class back home, half. So we have 600 juniors at my school, 400 seniors, around 600 sophomores, and 700 freshmen. So it's a really big school. It's a boarding school, all boys. Most of the schools in Kenya are all boarding, mostly all boys, because there's no mixed boarding school. No, there's no mixed boarding school. So most of the schools are, because, yeah, there's a girls' boarding school. Yes.
Do you fish with the spears?
If you want to, because I've never, okay, we don't have fishing rods though. Only I can say the rich have fishing rods. But you can also catch them with your hands, because I've depends on your speed. I have a fishing spear, I have a fishing bow back home, which apparently I couldn't carry. Yeah. So mostly I fish with a fishing spear, but fishing we carry them in nets. The community fishing is done in nets, or maybe the fish that goes for transport, or was it? Export, yeah. They use fishing nets and fishing boats.
What's the most popular fish in your area?
Tilapia.
Are you doing any sports at PCM or planning on doing any?
I'm planning on soccer.
My goal is state. Yes. Yes.
When you return to your home, you'll still be a junior, or will you just complete?
I'll still be a junior because you guys are ahead of us. So you guys are ahead. So right now, if I go back home right now, I'm going to be a sophomore. Yeah. And then if I go home, like when I go home, I'm going to be a junior. Yeah. Because our year starts in January. Our school year starts in January and goes all the way to December.
So last year you were a freshman.
So last year I was a freshman.
So this still counts as you as a year for you back home.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to redo the year.
No.
Do you guys have like a summer break or like winter break or anything?
Okay, our semesters are like this. 3 months at school, 1 month at home. So they're like, so you stay in school for 3 months and then you get 1 month home.
Is your school far away from your?
Yeah, my school is far away from home. It's really far, like, I don't know. Because my school is at the capital, and if you can bring the map, the first map, my school is exactly at the capital, and my home is at the lakeside all the other way. Yeah, that map. I don't know if you can see it well. That one. So the red part, there's a central red part. My school is there. And then now, well, my home is on the other western side. It's a 7-hour drive from home to school. Yeah. Yeah, I stay at school for the 3 months, and then you get 1 month to go home.
So it's like a Montessori. You do all the chores, you do all the.
Yeah, you do everything on your own, except they all usually cook for you. They provide you with sleeping, cook, food, and education. All the other things, you take care of yourself.
Do your parents have to pay for that, or is that?
Yeah, it's very expensive. Education back home is very expensive because one semester, the first semester is usually around 40,000 Kenyan shillings, which I don't know how many dollars it would be. Around maybe $200, I think. $200 per semester. So
Per student, are all of your siblings there?
no, I'm the only one there. My brother went to a different boarding school, which was less expensive than mine.
40,000 shillings is like
$309.
Yeah, $309 per semester. So the whole year you would have like $1,000 per year.
And what is your parents' income? What do they do?
Both of my parents are high school teachers. My mother earns 40,000 Kenyan shillings. That would be $309 per month. Yeah, and my dad earns 30,000, which would be $209 per month, roughly. Yes.
So why don't you go to their school where they teach?
Because the schools have different levels of education. So the school that I am right now is the school that provides the highest level of education. And then you go lower. So if it's less expensive, like it's less, you are likely not to get a good grade when you get out of that.
What do you want to do with your career?
I'm trying to ask you a question. Don't get it yourself.
I'm too close.
I know you are. You're so
Okay,
bad.
so let me answer this and then I can go to, yeah. So I want to venture into computer engineering, but I want to mix it with a little bit of medical, because at the beginning of the year I tore my meniscus at soccer, and I had trouble walking, doing a lot of stuff. So I want to help solve the problem of ACLs, MCLs, all those problems associated with the knee, especially. Yeah. Yes, he was really asking.
I got two questions.
Okay. Okay.
First one, so you said soccer. Is that the main sport?
In Kenya,
In Kenya?
the main sport, rugby, because rugby is highly sponsored by a lot of countries outside. They sponsor Kenya a lot. After rugby, we go to soccer. Soccer, although due to corruption, you won't get chances a lot because money speaks back a lot in Kenya. After soccer, you can go to the other sports, volleyball, basketball also. But basketballers, they don't get a chance to maybe go outside of Africa. Mainly African teams recruit them. So if you wanted a chance, those are the three. And then if you really wanted to make it outside of Africa, go for athletics. It has a lot of scholarships, like running or track. No.
So how did you come into the United States?
I'm on a program, an exchange program. So I wrote that I wanted a place the same as home, and they said Iowa. So I said, if it's the same as home, then let's go. And I found out it's the same as home. So it kind of helps drive the homesickness away. If you choose a place that's the same as home, it drives the homesickness away.
Until the snow comes.
I've never seen snow, so it's not bad for me, but it's gonna be interesting. I've never made a snowman. I've never made a snow angel, sledding, ice skating. I'm really excited to try those things. Okay.
So what's the average temperature from day to day in Kenya?
Day to day. Okay, you guys measure in Fahrenheit. I measure in degrees Celsius. The hottest it can get, you can get really hot during January, because that's when we have a drought, kind of like a small drought period, just a mild, small drought period. The highest is 35 degrees Celsius. 35 degrees Celsius, that's the high. 95? 95 Fahrenheit. The lowest, 16 degrees Celsius. 16 degrees Celsius, 60 degrees Fahrenheit.
It's like negative here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys know?
Yeah. Yeah, I know it gets below the zeros. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah, we have fog, mist, all the others we have except for snow. Anything associated with snow. We also have frost rains, hailstones. Hailstones, yeah, it happens mainly in June. Yeah, like hail, you would get out and hailstones are covering everywhere. Yep. Any other? Yes.
I just had a question regarding where you live. It's mostly agricultural and hunting and fishing, right?
Yeah, agricultural and fishing.
What about other jobs and stuff, like other income streams or?
Agriculture is the main income for Kenya. Kenya gets a lot of income from agriculture. Other things, mining. We have a lot of soda ash. I don't know what soda ash is. You've heard of soda ash?
It's like fly ash.
I don't. What's fly ash? I also don't know fly ash. But mining is also another thing. We have a bit of gold. You have a bit of gold mining, but we don't mine the gold because gold brings a lot of war. If you've heard about the Congo, there's a lot of war going on because of gold, so we don't mine the gold. We want peace. In Kenya, you're not given permission to drive if you're a teen. Yeah. That's in the capital, like the cities, you're not supposed to drive if you're a teen. In the countryside, you are given a limit to where you can drive. So the same way like from Press City to PCM High School, that's the only place you can go to. Anything outside that route, there are going to be problems.
So how do you get to your school?
Public transport. Mm-hmm. Take a bus? Yeah, you sit on a bus for 7 hours. Yeah. Yeah, you only go home once a month.
What's your main transportation?
Main transportation? Bikes, motorbikes. There's a lot of bikes. You can't take 2 steps without saying a motorbike. 2 steps, 1, 2, motorbike just passes. And then we have cars, and then public transport, buses, those. So the main one would be motorbikes.
When did you start driving motorbikes?
Teen, from 15 years old. Because I drive my father's bike, motorbike. So, Hmm? Well, the police doesn't care about motorbikes. The police doesn't care about motorbikes. You can't drive a car, but a motorbike, you can. Yeah. Yeah, we have house cats and dogs, but the dogs live outside. Yeah, dogs live in a kennel outside. Yeah. Yeah. And they mostly eat meat. So sometimes they eat meat, sometimes a little bit of greens won't happen. Yeah. Any? Yes?
How many siblings do you have?
I have 3 siblings, so that makes us a total of 4. I have a younger brother. He's 12 years old. And I have an elder brother who's just finished college and got his driver's license. Then my sister's getting married at 27 years old. She's doing medicine, pharmacy. She's doing pharmacy.
How old are you when you go to boarding school? Like when you start going away from home?
Depends on how hard you study. Because there's in my class back home, as a freshman, there was a boy who was 11 years old, I think, really smart. So it depends on how hard you study and how hard you're willing to go for education. My siblings? What's that? My younger brother's 12, my elder brother's 24, and I think my sister's 27. Yeah. That's the last time I checked. Yes.
How old are you?
16.
Oh, okay.
I look older?
Would guess older.
Yeah.
Of course, you're taller than me, so.
The sun affects your skin a lot, and because, well, I can say you guys are much older because when I went to PCM my first day, I saw a footballer, Alex. I was looking at him like this. I was like, what? Is he in high school or maybe it was just someone in college visiting? I was like, because the first weeks I couldn't adapt to seeing him like this. I'm like, he's got to be in college.
But then you saw Shay.
And then I saw Shay. And but Shay's still big, you know, like for a senior I can say yes, but Alex for a senior, no.
Are you really tall for?
Yeah, I'm really tall for a boy my age back home. This is tall. This is, in fact, this is abnormal tall. Yeah, abnormal tall. So we're really kind of short compared to you guys. We're short.
So your sister is a pharmacist or works in the pharmacy.
Yes.
Are women, how do you decide what women get to go on? Again, is it just how much they want to be educated or?
Depends on how much they want to be educated, but Kenya is really pushing like women to study because, well, we found out that women are really smart and they can do a lot of women, Kenyan women, they're really smart. I went to a biology competition and we had like a group of 10 girls there, and I was surprised. I found out I was almost last. So Kenya is like trying to push women to like, because we found out women are really smart. So they, in fact, right now they sponsor women more than men get a chance. Yeah. So we found out that most women are now like getting jobs more easily than us. Yeah. It also depends on how hard you want to study because other people don't, depends on the level of hard work you have. Anything else? Also maybe something, well, Kenyans aren't really friends with microphones, so I had trouble doing this. I don't know, but I have a fear of microphones. I don't know how to talk to them because every time you see me like lowering this, I have a fear of it. And also something almost every Kenyan does, once we get the microphone, is the So, I think the best way, if you want someone to actually like talk to you well, don't bring the microphone in. Because I really feel like, as I was standing here, my heart was really pounding. I'm like, whoa.